BMW M3 has always been the crown prince of BMW's M performance range. Fast, aggressive, and with a reputation for serious driving thrills. When they talk about the ultimate driving machine, this is what they're on about. But BMW, in their infinite wisdom, have decided that the M3 will now trod a new, softer path. It will only be available as a saloon with 4 doors, and it won't even have a V8. They've only gone and ruined it. As if. Okay, so here's the deal. If you want the ultimate in mid-sized M performance, you gotta go for the M4 Coupe. But that doesn't mean the M3 Saloon's gone soft overnight. Oh no. The car doesn't use a V8 engine anymore, but that's okay, because it uses something I think might be even better. What we have here is a 3-litre inline 6-cylinder engine with 2 turbochargers, and it produces even more power than the old V8. Talking 431 horsepower and 40% more torque than the old engine, 550 Newton meters. Jesus Christ. Now what do those numbers mean? Man, I can tell you what they feel like. This thing will do 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds and top out at a limited 155 miles an hour. Look, if you want to go faster, BMW will de-restrict it for you, and then it will go all the way up to 174. Now, there are probably a lot of purists out there that think it's sacrilegious to give an M3 a turbocharged engine, and I can see their point a little bit. Traditionally, turbocharged engines have a couple of problems. First of all, turbo lag, which means you accelerate and you get nothing until somewhere in the mid-range you get everything and you end up spinning backwards through a hedge on fire. The other problem is that turbo engines traditionally don't rev that high. They give you most of the power and torque somewhere in the middle, and there's no need to keep going up to the red line. But you know what? BMW have been really clever, and they've got around the problems associated with having a turbo by fitting 2 turbos. Most of the torque kicks in at about 2,000 RPM, but most of the power happens at about 7,000 RPM. It keeps the same characteristics that we know and love from the old M3. Now, there is another problem with having a turbocharged engine instead of a naturally aspirated V8, and that is it doesn't make quite the same noise as it did before. But you know what? I don't know if you can hear this. It's doing a pretty good job. BMW have installed a couple of electrically activated valves in the silencer box, and they open up and they allow the engine to breathe and sing. You can hear exactly what the engine's doing, making a lot of noise mostly and giving a lot of power. Yeah, man. Yeah, they've done a decent job. If you thought the engine was good, wait till you hear about the transmission. The gearbox is absolutely sensational. Now, it comes in a choice of manual or automatic, and the pick of the bunch is definitely the automatic. Yeah, I know you think I've actually lost my noodle a little bit, but hear me out. The reason the automatic gearbox is better than the manual is because it does a better job of giving you manual control. The system comes with something called Drive Logic, and that allows you to customize the severity, the ferocity of the gear change. You push a button down here by the gear shifter, and it gives you 3 levels: smooth, medium, and hard. So when you change gear, you feel either nothing or a real kick in the back. Really awesome, really cool feature. That same level of customization can be applied to the car's other systems. so I can customize the responsiveness of the steering. It can either be super light or super hard, depending on how you want it. I can change the firmness of the suspension. You can change the responsiveness of the accelerator pedal. Once you find your settings, you can save them in 2 presets. There are 2 M buttons on the steering wheel, so what you could do is put everything in the softest, most docile mode possible and save it in M1, and then put everything in the hardest, most aggressive mode possible and save that into M2. Probably the biggest performance addition to the M3 Saloon is the limited slip differential. Unlike most, the LSD in the M3 offers a 100% lockup capability, so you can drift the car and get the tail out in almost complete safety. Throw it into a corner, turn the nose in and boot the accelerator, and it'll kick its back end out and start a drift. And it won't even pitch you off in a complete spin if you run out of talent. It's almost spookily foolproof. Kudos to BMW. They've annoyed us slightly by killing off the M3 Coupe and insisting that M3s from now on will only be available with 4 doors. But is that such a big deal? I'd argue it's not. If you want a 2-door coupe, get the M4. The M3 Saloon is still a wonderful car. Well built, spacious, practical and sensible 1 minute, but absolutely and unequivocally supercar bonkers the next. It is, in a word, outstanding. Today is a dark day in automotive history. The legend that is the BMW M3 Coupe is dead. Game over. Kaput. And that's already a massive contradiction. Plus, BMW have a small SUV. It's called the X3. What the hell are you for? Actually, wrong doesn't begin to describe how stupid I was in that assumption. The Exige S Coupe was mental, and the Exige S Roadster is mental.